He's a freak of nature, a once-in-a-lifetime athlete, the conqueror, the Beast Incarnate. Brock Lesnar isn't just a wrestler, he's a phenomenon. From destroying WWE superstars to conquering UFC and even shocking the world in Japan, Brock has done it all. Today, we're diving deep into the evolution of Brock Lesnar, every era, every transformation, and every jaw-dropping moment. The next big thing. The year was 2002, the night after WrestleMania 18. The crowd was still buzzing from the icon versus icon clash of The Rock and Hulk Hogan. But no one knew that something terrifying was about to storm through the curtain. A monster, a genetic freak, a man unlike anyone the WWE had ever seen. The music hits, and out walks a 6'3", 290-pound beast, shredded to the bone, tight fade, black trunks. Accompanied by Paul Heyman, Brock Lesnar didn't just walk to the ring, he marched like a predator on the hunt. In his very first night, he destroyed everyone in sight. The Hardy Boys, obliterated. Rob Van Dam, mauled. Hulk Hogan, sent into early retirement. It didn't matter how big you were, how fast you were, or how skilled you were. Brock wasn't just winning matches. He was deleting people from existence. By SummerSlam 2002, Brock Lesnar had done the unthinkable. At just 25 years old, he beat The Rock to become the youngest WWE Champion in history. The same year, he won the King of the Ring, and just months later, the Royal Rumble. All in his first year, and that was only the beginning. The SmackDown voiceover. By mid-2003, Brock was no longer the new guy. He was the guy. The face of SmackDown. He wasn't just strong. He was fast, technical, and shockingly agile for his size. His trilogy with Kurt Angle. Pure wrestling magic. Technical masterclasses that still hold up as some of the best matches in WWE history. But Brock wasn't just a wrestler. He was a warrior. His Hell in a Cell match with The Undertaker left both men blood-soaked and barely standing. At WrestleMania 19, he risked everything by attempting a shooting star press, a move no 290-pound man should even think about. He missed, landed on his head, nearly broke his neck, and still finished the match. That's Brock Lesnar. But by early 2004, the magic was fading. Backstage politics, burnout, and then came WrestleMania 20. Brock versus Goldberg. Two monsters, one match, and it turned into one of the most awkward train wrecks in wrestling history. The crowd knew both men were leaving. They booed them out of the building. And that night, Brock Lesnar walked away from WWE. Brock takes Japan. But Brock wasn't done. He didn't go straight to UFC. Instead, he crossed the ocean to Japan. New Japan Pro Wrestling. 2005. Brock Lesnar walked into NJPW like a conqueror, and in his very first match, he defeated Kazuyuki Fujita and Masahiro Chono to become IWGP Heavyweight Champion. This was a different Brock. All red attire, bigger, meaner. He wasn't there to put on 30-minute classics. He was there to dominate. Big slams, short matches, real aggression. He faced names like Shinsuke Nakamura and Akabono, and for a while it worked. But behind the scenes, contract issues, legal battles. NJPW stripped him of the title, but Brock refused to return it. He claimed he was still the real champion. Eventually, he dropped it to Kurt Angle in IGF. And just like that, Brock left Japan and set his eyes on something bigger. Brock in the UFC 2008. Brock Lesnar steps into the UFC, and the world laughs. A pro wrestler fighting real fighters. Big mistake, they said, but Brock wasn't like anyone else. His debut, Frank Mir. Brock loses by submission, but he makes a statement. Next fight, Heath Herring. Brock breaks his orbital bone. And then, the title shot, UFC 91. Brock Lesnar versus Randy Couture. Second round, TKO. Brock Lesnar becomes the UFC heavyweight champion in his fourth professional fight. Let that sink in. 4 fights, and now he's the baddest man on the planet. He defended against Frank Mir, destroyed Shane Carwin. But then came diverticulitis, a life-threatening illness that nearly killed him. He came back, but he wasn't the same. He lost to Cain Velasquez, lost to Alistair Overeem, and in 2011, Brock retired from MMA. But what he left behind was legendary. He proved that pro wrestlers weren't fake tough guys. He was the real deal. The Beast returns to WWE. April 2nd, 2012. The Raw after WrestleMania. John Cena is standing in the ring. And then the music hits. The crowd explodes. Out walks Brock Lesnar. No words, just a death stare. He steps into the ring, grabs Cena. F5. The Beast is back. But this wasn't the same Brock. This was a killer who had fought real fights. He wore MMA gloves. He fought like an assassin. He broke Triple H's arm. He beat CM Punk in a Match of the Year classic. He bloodied Cena. But none of that compares to WrestleMania 30. The streak. 21-0. Dead. Brock Lesnar did the impossible. He broke The Undertaker's streak. The most shocking moment in wrestling history. And then, Suplex City, SummerSlam 2014. John Cena gets suplexed 16 times in a match that looked like a mugging. At WrestleMania 31, Brock ragdolls Roman Reigns and shouts, "Suplex City." It becomes a brand. T-shirts, memes. Brock holds the title hostage. He wrecks Samoa Joe, Goldberg, AJ Styles, Daniel Bryan, Finn Balor. The Beast era. Boombox Brock and Pandemic era. After years of being the silent, destructive beast, Brock Lesnar suddenly showed a side no one expected. A funny side. Money in the Bank 2019. Brock wasn't even in the match. And yet, he shows up at the end, climbs the ladder, and takes the briefcase like it was nothing. The crowd is furious, but Brock, he's having the time of his life. The next night on RAW, Brock walks out with the briefcase on his shoulder. But he's not holding it like a champion. He's holding it sideways, like a boombox. He starts dancing to his own theme music. Brock Lesnar, dancing, in the middle of the ring. Fans lost their minds. This was the birth of Boombox Brock. A meme. A sensation. A side of Brock we'd never seen before. But just when things got hilarious, Brock reminded everyone why he was still the Beast. Fast forward to January 2020, the Royal Rumble. Brock enters at number 1 and goes on an elimination spree like no one else. One after another, superstars fly out of the ring. Kofi Kingston? Gone. Big E? Gone. John Morrison? Gone. Brock eliminates 13 people, tying the record for most eliminations and setting the record for most consecutive eliminations. He looked unstoppable until Drew McIntyre shattered the dream. 1 Claymore, and Brock was gone. That set the stage for WrestleMania 36. Brock Lesnar versus Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship. But this wasn't just any WrestleMania. The world was in lockdown. No fans, no pyro, just silence. 2 gladiators battling in an empty performance center. Drew hits him with 4 claymores. 1, 2, 3. The torch was passed, in silence. No crowd to roar. Just a surreal moment that marked the end of an era. After WrestleMania 36, Brock Lesnar disappeared. No matches, no interviews, just silence. Many thought he was done, retired. But in 2021 at SummerSlam, the Beast came back, and this time he looked different. Gone was the clean-cut destroyer. In his place stood Cowboy Brock. Man bun, beard, jeans, flannel shirt, cowboy boots. He walked out smiling. But make no mistake, this was still a killer. Fans loved it. This was a brand new Brock, fun, charismatic, and unpredictable. Then came the feud with Roman Reigns, the tribal chief versus the Beast. This rivalry defined a new era. Their matches weren't just fights, they were wars. WrestleMania 38, a colossal main event. But it didn't end there. SummerSlam 2022 gave us something insane. Brock Lesnar driving a tractor to the ring. Yes, a tractor. He used it to lift the entire WWE ring with Roman still in it. The image went viral. It was chaos. It was Brock Lesnar. After that, Brock embraced his cowboy persona even more. He smiled, joked with fans, but when the bell rang, he destroyed everyone in sight. Bobby Lashley, Omos, Cody Rhodes. But by 2023, it started to feel like the end. The Beast who dominated for decades was slowing down. Still dangerous, still special, but human. If this is the last run, Brock Lesnar leaves as one of the greatest combat athletes of all time. A UFC champion, a WWE legend, a true anomaly. If you enjoyed this wild ride through every era of Brock Lesnar, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe for more epic wrestling stories, and hit the bell so you never miss a video. Tell me in the comments, what's your favorite Brock Lesnar moment? Was it breaking the streak, suplexing Cena 16 times, or Cowboy Brock flipping the ring with a tractor? Let me know below. I read every comment.